Here is why you should argue with your children. It teaches them boundaries. When they push you, you push them back. They learn the limits. It teaches them that it's okay to have a voice. You might disagree with them completely, and it's not the end of the world. It builds emotional resilience. They might feel sad, bad, or frustrated, and yet still feel loved. It teaches them problem-solving skills. Argument forces us to listen, negotiate, and even apologize. It deepens trust between you. When the argument goes sideways and you show them how to repair it, maybe admitting that you overreacted, maybe coming back to it a little bit later, you show them that things can go wrong and still be repaired. Think of the last time your daughter rolled her eyes or your son slammed the door in front of you, and all you wanted the very moment is to storm in, sit them down, and start the argument. But you didn't. You stopped yourself halfway through because you don't feel like an argument. So we hold back, swallow our frustration, and sit quiet waiting for them to come back and apologize. Been there. Done that. Conflict with your child isn't a sign that something is broken. It's a sign that they are practicing independence, pushing boundaries, and learning their own voice. And maybe, just maybe, we avoid conflicts with our children not because of their reaction, but because of ours. Maybe our parents only argued behind the closed doors, so we never had a chance to understand how a good conflict looks like. Maybe our parents argued in a way that was scary to us, or conflicts lasted weeks. So now, when we see conflict, especially with our kids, it feels wrong, unsafe, or even damaging. If your child only knows how to avoid conflicts, what happens when they disagree with their boss one day or their partner? Our kids need to learn how to do that not by avoiding, but by practicing it with us, the safest people they know. Now, arguing does not mean yelling or slamming doors. Show them how to argue right. First, stay calm. You don't need to be as sane. But if you will explode every single time, they will only learn fear. Second, listen to what they have to say. Even if their arguments are silly or very reasonable, let them speak. Third, ask them to prove their point. If they really want to win an argument with you, they have to find a way to explain their opinion. Give them time, if they need any, to find facts, maybe to speak to someone. It might be that they will change their mind halfway through. That's okay. Your point is not to win the argument, but to teach them how to argue. 4. Use I statements. Instead of saying you are lazy, say I feel taken for granted when you don't help me in the kitchen. And the 5th, allow emotions, but with boundaries and etiquette. Conflicts does not have to be perfect. If you lost your temper, you can always go back, sit next to them and say, hey, I lost my temper earlier. Here's what I wish I would have said instead. That's teaching. That's repairing. That's showing them that your relationship matters more than any conflicts. So next time when you will have another argument about this bloody curfew during dinner, don't take it as a sign that something is wrong. Take it as a teaching tool. They will not thank you today, but they might later. Want to know more? Like and subscribe. That means a lot.